for the last time, I want you to stop shrinking your dreams. You matter. You is. Hello and welcome to video number 3 in my high agency 3-part video series that I have been creating. All right, so if you're new here, my name is Spivey J, and on my channel I talk about transformation, mindset mastery, and getting more fulfillment out of this life. So if you're ready to live rich on purpose, I'm talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, make sure you subscribe. I would truly appreciate it, because girl, what are you doing? And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. All right, so in video number 1 of this video series, I broke the thinking trap. And I gave you a solution, which I call the 24-hour rule. In video number 2, I broke the friction trap, and I gave you a takeaway, which was the 30 reps before judgment. Now here in video number 3, we're going to break that identity trap, because one thing I need you to do is be the change that you wish to see in this world. And the world needs exactly what only you have to offer. So let's get started. All right, so most people, if this resonates with you, you may be most people, but most people don't start living their dream life or getting more fulfillment out of life, not because someone else told them they couldn't do it. It's because of what they think of themselves as, and that's a problem. That's a problem. But guess what? All problems can be solved. Let's get to it. This can happen before they even start. This can happen after they start. But if you quit before you start, or you quit after you've started because you personally don't believe in what it is you're working on, and that common thought is, my idea isn't important. You think that your idea isn't since it isn't solving world hunger, since it isn't solving some greater, concept, that it isn't important. You think no one's gonna care, this is basic. You think maybe you're not the person to do it. And if you allow that belief to grow, and if you fuel it with your thoughts, if you fuel it with your actions, people slowly start shrinking their own life. And if you've ever experienced that, that has to be really hard. It has to be really hard. And you're living within this bubble that no one has access to, because you have shrunk yourself so small, and you've also likely built up walls to not allow others to come in. And so come in to help, to build community, to remind you that you should offer yourself grace. We need to tear down those walls, open ourselves up, because your idea is important simply because it's yours. All right, so in the first video, we talked about overthinking. In the second video, we talked about friction and how people misinterpret it as a sign to quit, as struggle. But there's another place that people lose their agency, and that's when they start questioning the value of their own ideas. Most people think that confidence leads to action. They think that their idea isn't important because they're not confident in their own idea, which leads them to action. But real life works the opposite direction. It starts with action. That action gives you evidence, and that evidence gives you the confidence. So you got it backwards. We gotta work on that. I want you to work on that, because nobody starts confident, but everybody that's done something has at least started. Athletes weren't confident on day 1. The polyglot that who speaks 9 languages was not confident on day 1. The president of we ain't talking about this president. Writers weren't confident when they put their first pen to paper and they began writing their book, their best-selling, world printed in multiple languages book. On day 1, they were not confident, but they all had something in common. They started and didn't quit. Because confidence is built by proof from the action. You gotta take the action. You gotta put it out there. You gotta put it out there. Confidence, and what's so funny, especially with the state of online right now, people think that confidence is a personality trait. The most confident people that you see, the most confident people that you hear from, you think that's part of their personality. Confidence isn't a personality trait. It's evidence that your brain collects. Your brain collects evidence that leads to confidence. Not confidence creates the evidence. Think about it. I want you to think about that. Pause that. So I'm gonna talk to you real frankly, real clearly. If I'm not mistaken, this is video 48 of daily posting here on YouTube. I want to talk about the moment I was questioning my own direction. All right, so if you are new here, everyone is unique, okay? I'm not saying I'm the most unique person in the world, but I have my own unique, different qualities. So I started to question my direction especially when I was talking to other people. I wanted to see what direction I should go in for my YouTube channel. Should I talk about homeschool? I homeschool our kids. Should I talk about homeschool? Everyone's like, yes, talk about homeschool. That's what you do every day. But baby, I didn't want to be a homeschool influencer. I didn't want a lot of that. I didn't want to be a part of that. I have my things I put out in regards to homeschool, but I didn't want to box myself into homeschool. For one, I boxed myself in before on my first YouTube channel that I created many moons ago when I was living overseas. But I had niched down to being an expat, traveling, and all that. And then once that was no longer my reality, I felt like I couldn't even do anything. I felt like I was stuck because I had pushed myself into this container and I wasn't able to be my full self. So I was randomly putting out videos over the years, but to be consistent like how I was when I first started that channel and to grow it, I had never gotten back to it because I had pushed myself into this box. And it's still something I truly value and I look forward to restarting, but in reality, that was no longer my circumstances. So with this channel, I was like, I did not want to niche myself down. I did not want to be the homeschool mom. I did not want to be all these other labels and things that I've done. I didn't want to be that. I just wanted to come on here and do myself. So I started questioning whether or not I had enough experience, especially when I started my newsletter, which I think I started last year, about April, like March. Dang, when did I start it? I think it was April or March of last year, April or May of last year. Like when I had finished my first successful 100-day challenge, I started writing and sending out a weekly newsletter every single Saturday. And so I was like, man, do I know enough? But not realizing me learning, me doing was the knowledge that other people saw. Me doing video, this is video number 48 of, well, right now it's a 100-day challenge, but I know for a fact I'm not quitting on myself, of putting out long form YouTube videos consistently. However, in the beginning, I questioned it all. I still question whether or not I'm doing the right thing, but I still show up. That friction still lives deep within me because none of us think that our ideas are important. Right now, there is world hunger. There are people who don't have the basic necessities in life. I'm up here talking about identity gaps, but I'm doing it because I know I'm speaking to other people who need that so we can all be pursuing our life's purpose and our life work. And some people don't even want to work. They're like, I came here to relax, to seek peace, and to enjoy the experience of living. Whatever that means for you, I'm here for it. Here for it. I am in no means saying don't do that, but you can start to think like, what all the stuff is going on, and especially in America, especially as an American, don't get it twisted. These thoughts and these things are always consistently on my mind. I just decided to do something different with the thoughts. Because I'm like, who am I to talk about this? Who am I to talk about motivation? Who want to hear me losing 50 pounds, but I ain't even finished yet? These are the thoughts. These are the things I'm thinking about. Does what I'm talking about even matter to the grand scheme of things? Will anyone care? Who does not think that? That is so normal to think that, to feel that, to really believe that about yourself. That's what makes us human. But my turning point was like, you know what? I think one day I was like, man, I'm about to quit. It was like day 20 something. I was like, I'm about to quit. And then I said something to myself. I'm pretty sure I cursed myself out because it works for me. But I got up and I did what I needed to do. It wasn't because I was confident. It was literally the opposite. I was like, man, what am I doing? What am I talking about? It was simply because I was just curious enough to keep testing. Let's see, what am I capable of? Let me take these off. Them fake anyways. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can stay true. I've done this before in other areas of my life, but I've never successfully built a YouTube channel, a community, a business, or online business. Let me see what I can do. I just was curious enough. Let me test this out. I see what other people's results are, but I know for a fact what the results of quitting are. So let me keep pushing forward. That was my turning point. So here we are, a video 48 of maybe 1,000 videos, 100 videos at minimum. That's the high agency mindset shift that I needed to keep going and to get to where I am now. That is the high agency mindset shift that I needed to keep going. And that is the high agency mindset shift that anyone who thinks that their idea isn't important enough, or they aren't the one to do it, or they aren't the right one to do it, they aren't the chosen one to do it, that's the high agency identity mindset shift that you need as well. Test it out. Get real curious. You know what? I may not be confident, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna play my hand. I'm gonna at least put myself in the game. Who knows? I can intercept something, bring it back. I don't know why I always reference football. I don't even watch sports. But let's back up a little bit. Why are you downplaying your potential? This is a powerful psychological insight. Let's get into it. Why are you downplaying your own potential? So people say, and if this is you, let me know. My idea isn't that important. But what you're really afraid of is you're afraid of failing and trying publicly. You're afraid of being judged. You are afraid of investing effort, time, resources, and not succeeding. You're afraid of looking stupid. You're afraid of embarrassment. You're afraid of whatever outcomes that do not benefit you. You're afraid of that. So you start shrinking your dream so you can justifiably reject them. You start shrinking your what ifs just so you don't have to feel the potential pain of if it doesn't work. Rejecting your dream feels safer than letting the world judge you. But on this video series, we are going to flip that, and we need to become high agency. What in this situation would a high agency person do? What would they assume? So high agency people don't off the bat just assume their ideas will succeed. They just say, my idea deserves a fair test. That's why I'm still going on my weight loss journey, despite the fact that I could have been farther along where I am. That's why I'm still posting these videos. I want to see, let me test it out. Let me experiment. Let me see what I can do something. Let me see if I can do something. Let me see if I can make something shake and bake. A scientist runs experiments. They don't like, you get your hypothesis and you observe your data, and then you come back with your conclusion, and then you're like, okay, well, I need to change another variable. A scientist keeps going for that same reason that you need to keep going. They're going to test it out till they get a solution. If that was the case, some physics laws have even changed because scientists didn't stop at the one that was confirmed. Like, you understand how powerful you are if you just test and experiment? Think about your life as an experiment in different areas. So let me see what diet works best with me. Let me see what business model works best for me and my desired lifestyle. Let me see what good communication in my marriage looks like. Let me see what homeschool looks like. Let me see what doing something scary every year does to me and my side. Let me see. I want you to go see. I want you to stop putting your dreams aside just because you think that they aren't important or they aren't changing the world. They're changing you, and you are a part of the world. You get that? They are changing you. When they say be the change you wish to see, that's exactly what they mean. That's what you should embody. That's how you should operate. You are a part of this world, so if it's changing you, it's changing the world. Boom, simple. Let's stop thinking that our dreams aren't important and other people aren't going to care. You care. You care. You matter. Stop discounting yourself. Stop putting it down before you even try. And then when you pick it up, keep trying. All that is how you think about yourself. That's your identity. That needs upgrading. We're going to burst the identity. That's an issue that can be completely changed with a quick decision. It's not going to take you another lifetime, the one you've lived this long, to change how you view yourself. Your identity, the identity trap that you've been in. Just because you had walls up and you thought that you were in a bubble all alone, you can decide right now, let the walls down, open up, and just go for it. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. You need to run tests. High agency people think of dreams the same way. You need to run tests. That gives the idea oxygen, that it can even survive. And then you need to give it time to catch up. You need to give it time to catch up and catch on. You don't quit because there's friction or they haven't adjusted to the type of oxygen you've been giving it. You adjust, don't quit, because you are collecting information. That information is going to inform your next steps. And the reason it's going to inform your next steps is because no matter what, you're taking those next steps. You're going to figure it out. But you need to test your hypothesis, your theories. Change variables. Assume this deserves a fair chance. Your dreams deserve to be tested, experimented on, and sought through. So in this series, this video is the shortest of the three. So I don't want you to secretly give up on your dreams before you even give them a chance. I want you to see them as a high agency person does. For one, important, assume there's going to be friction. Know that your identity and how you view your ideas are important. Just as important as the idea itself is important. Does that make sense? Stop shrinking your dreams for the last time. For the last time, I want you to stop shrinking your dreams. You matter. Yous matter. All right. So let's land this plane. In this series, we've gone through this series because I want you to know that just because you haven't operated as a high agency person doesn't mean that it's unavailable to you. And I know it's a very popular term, and I don't know if I explained this in video number 2. I know I explained in video number 1, but high agency is the belief that your actions can meaningfully change your circumstances. And so in this series, we talked about 3 ways that people give up their agency, from overthinking to quitting when friction arises, and then also questioning their own potential. So I say all that to say, in conclusion, your life expands in proportion to the agency you take, simply because you keep showing up long enough to discover what does. So if you've been stuck in overthinking mode, you've been trapped by overthinking, or you've been consistently starting something, quitting something once friction arises, or you haven't even started because you think that you aren't worthy, your dreams don't matter, I created something that just might help. I call it the 7-day Start Before You're Ready challenge. Okay, by the time this video is posted, I think I may change that name, but right now it's called the 7-day Start Before You're Ready challenge, and it's going to be 7 days of simple actions designed to move you into motion. It's time to shake and bake. It's time to get motion. If you click the link in the description, you'll immediately get access to my 7-day Start Before You're Ready challenge, so you can get some motion started as soon as possible. I really want you to live rich on purpose. I'm talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. So if you are ready, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Click the link in the description. We have a pinned comment down ready for you to answer and reply. I truly appreciate you being here so far with me. This means the absolute world that you're taking your time to improve the quality of your life, because guess what? All of us matter. We together make up this world, and if we are the change that we wish to see, guess what? We will be set free. All right, my name is Spivey J. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.
You're beautiful. I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
Man, I just recorded a fire intro to this video and my mic died. All right, so I don't know what got recorded, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Well, no, I'm gonna start over. All right, so thank you and welcome back to another video in my